Welcome back to Couch Collectibles. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the history of the penny here in the United States. Now, don't forget, if you guys do want to enter to win this silver Morgan dollar from 1900, all you guys got to do is click the link in the description, couchcollectibles.com. Once you go to that link, if you purchase a t-shirt from couchcollectibles.com, you will automatically be entered for that silver Morgan dollar. So without further ado, let's just hop in this video and check out the history of the penny. Alright, so first up, we see a very simple image. It tells you all the years there on the left. It tells you what percentage of copper, what percentage of metal, zinc, tin, and all that good stuff that they used in those pennies for each particular date. And it tells you the weight there to the right of each one of those pennies. So if you guys want to pause the video and kind of look over that, feel free to do so. But let's move on and check out this first penny. Alright, so 1793 was an interesting year. This was the first year of the penny here in the United States of America. Now, 1793, they had some different looking pennies. You see the reverse on this first one here. This one is called the flowing hair chain cent. Now you will see the chain there on the reverse circling around the 1 cent, and you see the 1/100th fraction right below that. But if we move on to this next 1793 penny, this one is called the flowing hair wreath cent, because you see that the chains are no longer there. It's surrounded by a wreath. So definitely two totally different designs. If we go back and forth, you can definitely tell the difference of each penny, but those were both produced in 1793. If you come across these metal detecting, whew, that would be amazing. But let's move on here to the Liberty Cap large cent. So from 1793 to 1796, they produced this penny. So within those 3 years, this is the design that they went with for the penny. Now, of course, there probably are a lot of fakes of these old coins out here, so always watch out for that. Let's move on to the penny that was produced from 1796 to 1807. Now, these are called the Drape Bust large cents, and you can see that they did produce two different style hairs on these pennies. So you got an arrow pointing to the one, and you can see how that is different than the one on the left. So these early pennies, there are a lot of different looking ones out there, so always keep that in mind. If you do come across one, like I always say, check out that video where I show you where to post images of your coins. That will help you verify whether you have a legitimate, genuine 1790s penny. Now, from 1808 to 1814, they made the classic head cent. Now we're looking here at an 1811 penny to be specific, and you can see that, you know, it's a little similar to the ones in the past. You got a person on the front, you got United States, and 1 cent on the back, and then you got a wreath. So pretty simple design. Let's move on to the 1816 Cornet Cent. Now there are a few varieties to look for on these pennies. You can see here in the image displayed, there are 4 different varieties here in the image displayed: plain cords, beaded cords, lock of hair, and forehead, and then shoulder tip there on the right hand side of the screen. So like I said, if you want to pause this, that way you can figure out the difference between each one, feel free to do so. These are 1816 to 1839. Now this next penny is from 1839 to 1857. So again, pretty simple design. Person there on the front, United States, and 1 cent on the back. Nothing too special about this penny, but I always like seeing these old coins. Now, 1856 to 1858, very interesting coins. These are the Flying Eagle cents. I actually don't even have one of these in my collection. I don't have any of those coins in my collection, any of those old pennies. Actually, I got 2 large cents, and that's it. But this is pretty awesome. I like that they changed the design up for the Flying Eagles. You got the eagle there on the front, 1 cent on the back. So if you guys want me to do a video about these coins and show you which ones are really valuable, which ones are kind of, you know, not so much valuable, let me know down in the comments below. Now, you guys are really familiar with this coin, the Indian head cent. They made these from 1859 to 1909. So pretty self-explanatory. I got a lot of these in my collection. I'm sure you guys come across those. If you guys want to know different types of errors to look for on the Indian head cents, definitely check out my previous videos. I have tons of those videos on Indian head pennies, and you could always go to my playlist and check out my penny playlist. I got tons of those videos. Alright, so moving right along, after the Indian head cent, of course, in 1909, they produced the Lincoln wheat cent. So this is a picture of a 1933 wheat cent. and you can see the reverse of there. That was the first reverse with Lincoln on the obverse, the front of the penny. So they made these from 1909 to 1958 with that wheat cent reverse. Now in 1959, then you got the Lincoln Memorial there on the reverse of the Lincoln cent. Now that was from 1959 to 2008. They produced those pennies with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. They no longer produce those pennies because in 2009, they came out with the bicentennials. Now these are 4 different reverses that were produced during 2009. A lot of people hold on to them because they produced a lot less of these coins than they did in the surrounding years in the late 2000s and even in the 2000s today. However, they did produce hundreds of millions. They didn't produce billions of these coins, and there are also errors to look for on these coins. So if you haven't seen my 2009 penny videos, be sure to check those out because you can find some errors that will make them a little bit more valuable than their face value. Now after 2009, 2010 to present, they produced the penny with the Union Shield on the reverse of the Lincoln penny. So that is the penny that is being produced today. And of course you guys know last year was the only year that they put the P mint mark on the Lincoln penny. This year in 2018, they did not put the P on the Lincoln penny, so there is no mint mark this year, but there's always going to be the D mint mark and S mint marks for the pennies being produced today, unless they change that, of course, in the future. Alright guys, what else do you want to know about pennies? Let me know right now in the comments below, and until tomorrow, I will see you all there in the comments below. So this is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.